Ben wanted to know if you and
Okay.
Chris wanted to do a hobby Discord night tonight.
Oh, could potentially do that. I don't think we have anything else going on. We're live on the internet. As per usual, one of us is eating something.
I haven't had kettle chips in ages. They're so crunchy. It's really satisfying. And quite frankly, they go perfectly with a bunwich for lunch.
What is a bunwich?
It's a sandwich in a bun.
That makes a lot of sense. I feel foolish for asking. All right. There's so much chatter going on in the chat, so I'm just not even going to try to catch up on that.
Hey, monster!
Hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're having a good party without us while we remember to do admin stuff. Or rather, while I remember to do admin stuff right before we go live.
I did post in the mod channel this morning that we were going to remember. Whoa, hello, Phaedra. Right before we went live. Well, what do you want? I'm
Oh,
on the
she's right
internet.
there.
Guys, this is the monthly life podcast. Babe, I don't have my feet in the right place. Okay, now you can chill. Hang on. I also now have to move my microphone closer to me because I'm now leaning in my chair. I don't need to pet you. I made a lap for you. It's been a day already. Guys, we're going to do our weekly podcast today, as well as talk about the craft off challenges from last month and the craft off challenges for this month.
Yeah.
All the things. So, hello to everyone in chat. I don't know what my cat's doing.
Hello to Phaedra.
Oh, you're going to fall. I got slippy pants on. Those slippery yoga pants. I brushed you. Shouldn't you not like me right now?
You must be so evil for brushing.
You'd think. All right, so shall we do an intro?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fiber who knit, craft, crochet, and tuck everything in between. My name is Joss, and my co-host is
Diana.
This is episode number something or other. I don't know, but it's okay because I've been up since 6 this morning.
Oh, I forgot to put my sign up. Whatever. It's 274.
And Diana's an hour behind me. Nope, yeah, ahead of me. So she's had a whole extra hour today to get ready.
I know, and yet.
And yet.
If we needed a title for the podcast, it's going to be
Did
And
you
Yet.
not lick the microphone?
Cat ASMR brought to you by
Cat. What are you doing?
I mean, if she's going to purr into the microphone.
Settle down or you're getting kicked off. I swear, peoples. All right, everybody's got their tea, their snacks, their knitting. Let's endeavor to do an episode with no show notes.
High confidence.
I can tell. Phaedra, we need to look up the word of the thing for the thing of the word. I need a word, babe. I can see you're being helpful with that. Cats.
Sure. Well, shall we get the show on the road with What's in Our Cup? As I fail to knit and podcast at the same time.
It's Halloween mug time. It's always Halloween mug time. I just got a ye old basic black tea. It's the Kenyan Gold tea that I really like.
I have two beverages. They're both caffeinated.
Say goodbye. Mom is angry. Mom's gonna put me down now. Goodbye, internet. Being a nuisance of a cat. I swear. Woof. Oh, now I almost burned my face.
I've got the rest of my Americano from this morning. But I also, in my great wisdom, decided that, hey, I should be extra caffeinated for the live. So it looks like water in a milkshake cup, and usually it is just water in a milkshake cup. But today, there's a little bit of pre-workout supplement in the cup, and so we're going to be whoosh in about 20 minutes.
Whoosh.
We're going to be whoosh in about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to go clean things when we're done this. because things gotta be cleaned.
Well, when you have that much caffeine in your system, yes, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Well, I just have regular, basic black tea, but that's okay. I got up at 10 minutes to 6 this morning.
Oh yeah, how was your radio thingamajigger?
Oh, it's fine. I've been the early bird before, so it was fun to be the early bird again. You do a little chatting, you do the first song of the morning program. You get to pick it.
What was the song of the morning?
The Bones. There's either a the or not in front of Bones, and I think there's a the in front of them. Because again, I put the in front of everything. So is it me or is it the song title? I don't remember.
Who knows?
By an artist with the last name of Morris. It's a very good song. I'd love to know what chat's doing.
Chat is talking amongst themselves about secret knitting.
Yeah.
But since we've started, Melanie was mentioning that you have your rocking chair cleared off. And
I do.
also saying, yes, you must have been cleaning. And
I
Rachel
was.
says, yay, caffeinated Diana. Oh, Jen says I'm going to be the Energizer bunner. That's starting. It's starting. We're going off the rails already. Yeah. So we're going to have a good time today.
Mm-hmm. I can see where we're going. We're going. I did have a busy morning. I got up, I did the radio, I cleaned the office for the work week, I had a bath, I took out the garbage, I put on my pants, I made lunch, I did a social media post. And there's still more to do this afternoon.
I got my top half ready to podcast. I'm definitely still in my pajama pants.
I mean, put pants on. I'm in my yoga capris. Not sure they technically qualify as pants, as I will not wear them outside of the house because I'm not going to the gym or home from the gym or in the gym, which is the only time it's acceptable to wear gym clothes outside.
Meh, athleisure is a thing.
Period. I don't agree. And then just lots of sort of start of month stuff I gotta get done today because we're in July. It's the 3rd of July and I don't even have my start of the month stuff done. That's what I get for getting distracted this weekend. Distracted.
Well, you get a pass when months start on weekends, I think. Only business days count.
Not my brain. Not in my brain. But well, sure, I'll take the pass. I'll take it. I need it.
Your brain works too hard.
My brain does work too hard. All right. I do have some yarn on the go and some cool threads.
Ooh, one better than me. I only have cool threads.
Well, I had to fancy coffee, so I took my socks to fancy coffee. I went to my sister's house, so I took my socks to my sister's house. It's not like it was fancy going places, but, it went.
Since Yarn on the Go took a hiatus for 2 years, it's fancy.
And I have been wearing my various cardigans inside and outside. So mostly my Mallow cardigan and my Simple Hug cardigan because Halloween colors are my colors. And the Mallow cardigan is really nice, even when you get up to like 20 degrees, 22 degrees, where there's a good stiff wind. And there's always a good stiff wind in this province.
Frequently, yeah.
So it makes for a lovely cardigan to wear still, even though it's half acrylic, half wool. So the acrylic doesn't breathe worth snot, but the wool does, so it helps a little.
Nice. I wove in the ends on my Ursina. I washed it, but didn't weave in the ends. So I was weaving in the ends of a slightly damp sweater Friday morning before I went to the beach. But it's done. The ends are woven in. Ta-da! I have decided that the front being slightly unfinished doesn't bother me in the slightest, but the back being unfinished does.
Okay, so you're going to finish it?
I'm going to finish it as per the pattern, which just involves picking up stitches all the way around and then immediately casting them off just to give a more finished edge.
To the lovely listener who commented about last week's podcast when she said you should really do your finished edge, I wasn't worried about telling Diana. I figured she'd get there on her own. Hey, look, she got there on her own.
wanted to wear it, so it wasn't gonna get finished. If I'd picked up the stitches, then I wouldn't have been able to wear it because it wouldn't have been finished. Um,
I figured it had to be worn at least once before you realized that wasn't going to
yeah,
work for you.
yeah. And the front doesn't even matter, but it's the back. The back really matters. Like, we took some finished object pictures on the beach, and it's really, really obvious on the back.
Yeah. Pick up and do your finish.
So yeah, does
Yeah.
need finishing.
Does need finishing.
Also, it despite having just been washed on like Thursday, it is covered in sand and sunscreen because I went to the beach, so I gotta wash it again.
Anyway.
Yep. So I'll do the finish and then I'll wash it again.
It's also cotton, so like you're going to be washing that thing as often as you wash your cotton t-shirts because it is just cotton. It's not like a wool. You can't leave it. You have to wash cotton pretty much between every wearing.
I mean, it depends on how next to your skin it is, but given that I'm wearing it as like a summer, spring, cover up strapless things kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's probably going to get sunscreen on it every damn time. So.
That pretty much sits on your skin there.
Yep.
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 Also, cotton is not hyperallergenic like linen.
No?
No. It keeps everything.
Cool.
Everything you touch, everything it touches, everything in the environment around it, it collects it all.
Well, anyway, it feels amazing while collecting allergens.
Yeah, just means you gotta wash it. That's cotton's gotta be washed. It's a thing. Wool, not as much. Wool does better if you don't wash it.
Yep. So, there. That's my thing that I wore. I wore the thing.
I know, I saw the photo.
Get washed again. And it just fell on the floor.
Whatever.
I've got too many sweaters mounted on my chair.
Do you have a droppings chair? Did you not give your husband grief about having a droppings chair?
No, I don't think I've ever done that because I also have a droppings chair.
I seem to recall an apartment chair that more than once there was a could you please put your shirt not in this chair?
Okay, when the chair is in the living room, it bothers me. When the seating capacity of an already small space has been reduced by droppings, that's a problem. But fine. If it's in your own office, whatever.
That's fine. Okay, that's legit.
Yeah.
There's like, where do we draw the line? That makes sense.
Having our own office spaces has been amazing for the whole, could you please put your stuff away? Because if he wants to leave stuff all over the place in his office, that's fine. That's his office. He can do what he wants.
Bingo.
I don't care.
Yep.
Just don't leave it in the living room.
Just don't leave it in the living room.
So, yeah. Alright, that's my thing. I didn't bring any yarn on the go. I just wore it.
Sounds bad like a you problem.
It very much was a me problem.
That's how you end up having to cram so much knitting into short periods of time. You don't sneak it in everywhere.
I know, I really should have, but I did not. And I'm paying for it.
Yep.
And yet, you chose it. I did. I did it to myself.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're gonna feel bad for your wrist when it hurts. That's just the thing. It's a given. I just don't know how you got there. It's weird. You get used to knitting in public all the time and people looking at you funny. It's fine.
I don't know why I didn't. I had some good travel knitting and I just chose not to bring it. I guess I'm out of practice in choosing to bring knitting with me. I don't know.
That I could see. It's like anything else. It's a habit. You just need to get in the groove.
Struggle. So now I'm struggling at doing a thing while we record.
While podcasting?
Because I'm trying really hard to have a finished object. I might be trying to cast something off right now.
Oh, you guys. Okay, well, day of the struggles. I'll get started on what we're working on because I'm just going to say I had a distracted week, so I have more than her. I just have more than her.
You definitely do.
Yeah.
I had a very focused week.
Okay, well, that's good. It's good to have focused weeks. I needed something simple and in the round to work on while we were recording, not recording, while we're live. We're used to saying recording. Can you tell? So I decided to pick up the sleeve on my second Shapely Boyfriend cardigan. So we're doing the rounds and making the decreases because I need 50 million miles of sleeve and I still have many to go. Many to go. So I'm slowly working on that.
Many. Yep.
Well, as I do a decrease, I move it from sleeve 1 to sleeve 2 so that when I run out of markers, I know I'm done. But that's still 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I still have 10 inches of sleeve to fit. So, because it's almost 20 inches of sleeve for me.
Yep.
Well, there's a thing. I apparently can't breathe. It's not allowed. This is
Breathing's
some
overrated.
wonderful, impeccable. We'll show the outside of it so you can see the knit fabric. In a black tweed.
I do love the impeccable tweed. I don't have any, but I love the look of it, and I will one day make something out of it because your sweater just looks so great.
I'm going to get
I
more tweed. Not black, but more tweed because now this will be black. And this has been a pain in my butt to knit because I can't see at all what I'm doing. So this has been entirely from memory and guesswork, which is the other reason why we chose to do the Shapely Boyfriend cardigan again, because I've already made it once. So I can tell from the outside shape if I've done it right or not. That's how that works, guys. The button band is already on. Right now it is a non-button button band because I need to go find some super wonderful leather and wooden toggle buttons because this tweed calls for leather and toggle buttons. So
yes, it does.
That'll be the next step, will be to find that. But seeing as it is July, we're a ways away before I'm wearing anything like this outside or for public purposes. So it can just simply black buttons and be worn around the house when it gets cooler. Because let's be honest, October is a long way off still.
Yep.
So,
and yet it'll still be here before we know it.
Well, it won't be here before I know it, but I seem to be better at tracking days of a month than other people I know. Some people are better at it than I am too, so I'll lose a whole day here and there.
Apparently, I literally do not know where June went. Like the middle of June just disappeared.
It went pretty quick, but yeah. All right. Otherwise, I have 1, 2, 3 more things plus the craft off stuff to talk about. Do I have to do another thing?
Yeah, because I have an ish and a thing that is not the craft off thing. I have an ish and then a thing and then craft off stuff. So keep on going.
In my bees bag.
Hello, bees.
I put my sock. And I got it so tangled. Like the yarn so tangled that I got so frustrated and I got so mad that I cut the yarn so that I could pull the knot out. That is how wound around my cord I was. And I mean, I get wound around the cord all the time. So that was just the worst it's ever been. And I got mad. So I just snapped it. So right now I'm mid-rows because I need to reconnect my yarns. It's just fine. It's not the end of the world. I don't even know how I got that done, but I did another 3 or 4 stripes. Not that much. But progress continues.
I might have to do some stripy socks next.
So, which was fine. Gonna put this the right way out for me to knit it, which is inside out. So I'm making my way. Up the foot of the sock. I need 23 stripes, and then I can do my heel, and I'm at like 10. So I'll need to make some progress on that one, but it's okay because it's a sock, so it gets done when it gets done. It's also one of the craft off options for the month.
Struggle. Chats make me feel better though. Rachel is trying to watch chat and knit lace at the same time, so I'm not trying to knit lace, so I'm doing okay.
Oh, that is advanced knitting. Participating in a chat and knitting lace, like
Yep.
I'm not ready to try that. I'm not ready to try that. All right. That brings me down to two things plus craft off challenge talk.
I still only have one thing in an ish. I said it was a very focused week.
Okay.
And yet.
And yet. I did in a couple, okay, well, like one evening, I picked up my Summer Breeze cardigan I'm working on, and I did a bunch more repeats. So I'm into my second 100-gram ball of worsted weight carrying cake yarn. So I made a bit of progress. I still need like the whole length of my back from like my neck down, right? And since I'm not sure how long I want the cardigan to be yet, this is nowhere near long enough. Nowhere near long enough.
No,
It's just
that's
critical
barely
role.
long enough if you want it cropped.
Yeah, it's I picked it up and worked on it during critical role is what I did.
Makes sense.
So I made a bunch more. It's a 3-row repeat. The pattern's for free. You can find it on Hey Carrie's blog. She does crochet patterns, and this is her simple summer cardigan, summer breeze cardigan.
I believe it's the Summer Breeze cardigan. I have closed that tab. I believe it's the Summer Breeze cardigan.
So do I. I chose to do it in a tighter gauge than the pattern calls for because if I just do this, which isn't exerting enough pressure to even open an already pre-opened jam lid, you can see those eyelets open up real big. Because cotton has no shape. So once this thing is sewn together and washed, she's gonna drape like crazy. So I'm gonna get a nice semi loose fit, which I'm very excited for. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, I talked to my niece and she put in her request for Christmas, the item she would like to have made, because we don't really do a lot of surprise presents in our family. We like knowing that what we're making, in my case, or giving is useful and something
Makes
that
total sense.
person's
That's
the
definitely how
little
I like to do
things,
my crafting.
the little things like the things that are just like the extra add-ons and stuff, those are secret. But the big present part is always sort of a known quantity or off of a very short wish list depending on the human. So I asked Denise what she wanted, and she asked for another cardigan. She loves her patchwork one I made her, so which is another Hey Carrie cardigan pattern. So I sent her to the website, and she turned around and came right back and asked for the Sagewood cardigan, which is the brand new one. I was like, okay, you need to like look at more than just the first cardigan you run across. She's like, I
No.
could, but I want the bell sleeves, so I'm not.
Okay.
She
Big
wants the
foofy
bell
sleeves.
sleeves, and she wants it in blue. But I
Make sure
said,
you get the right
okay.
blue.
I told her I just got to pick a blue that would look good on me because that'll look good on her, and she said, deal. it'll
Makes
be a
sense.
vib- it'll be a vibrant blue because she wears strong colors. So got her
Given that
request,
pink
got my
sweater.
sister's request. She likes the pink sweater. It still fits because she's just a beanpole, and I made a really tall beanpole sweater for her. Might be my height, guys, but there's no depth to her. Like Diana has more depth than this child does. She's just stretched out
Like,
taffy right
she
now.
becomes properly two-dimensional. If she turns sideways, you lose her.
Yes, which is fair. A lot of teenagers do that because they're so busy growing up, they don't grow out till they're done.
Yeah.
So she's doing the whole stretchy taffy grow up. So she'll fill out and become an adult, 3 dimensional somewhere around her 18th birthday, I suspect. Which was fine. Her great grandpa Norman was that way, my mom's dad.
Mm.
So progress continues. This is the hardest part, the back panel, because it's got the most stitches. So front panels will just whiz right by because I'll also then know what length I need. And because it's a drop shoulder, I will seam this together so it's a vest. Then I will make the sleeves because the sleeves are done cuff up. so I can start at my cuff and worked flat, just the nature of the pattern. I will work it flat and I will do increases or work it flat and do it up to where it sits on my arms because I'm gonna need extra length in here. I just don't know how much. Then this whole thing goes into a dye pot for the Fiber Friends dye challenge this month.
I'm very excited for that part.
So am I. It'll be good. It'll probably also be like the last weekend of the month, and I'll be like, I need to do a thing. Because that's how that works in my life, guys.
Yep.
All right. I'm literally down to the last thing I have and craft off projects.
Okay, let me.
So you should check in on chat because you're either done or you're not. We gotta go.
Okay. People like stuffed surfaces. Susanna was saying, I feel naked if I don't have knitting or crochet with me.
Yeah, you get used to carrying it, so it's making it a second habit. It's like I put my hand lotion in my bag and I check to make sure my wallet's in my bag. I go get my knitting. So it's like it's a stacked habit from Atomic Habits. I check my bag, my knitting goes in.
Yeah, I have lost that habit. I had that habit, but
You did for a good long while.
Not going anywhere for 2 years. Like, I think I have packed a bag to leave the house 3 times this year.
Did we go visit your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are longer visits there. Guys, she doesn't have a purse.
Overnight.
She has a holster.
Leave just the packing the purse to leave the house for the day kind of thing. Like, it's not a thing I've had to do because at the moment I go for walks and I go for groceries and occasionally I go out for dinner. So leaving the house to go do a whole day of stuff is like a foreign concept.
We'll get there. I left my house Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I had company Saturday. 4 times this week. 5 if we count groceries.
And people are working on stuff.
What is people working on? I need the deets, man.
Susanna's working on the roundy on her top-down knit pullover with cap sleeves in Cairn Cotton Cake's Nested Blues.
Oh, that's a pretty blue.
Melanie is just about ready to split for the sleeves on her mother's birthday cardigan.
Yeah, that's good.
Raspberry is messing up 2x2 ribbing. Standard. It's
Don't
very hard.
we all? Don't we all?
It's very, very difficult. And Asa's working on a shawl in pink and blue held double.
Yeah, that'll be that's
yeah. That one.
It's the shawl design.
And then I'm all caught up in chat.
Ta-da! Now we can find out. Did you finish your thing?
Well, first my ish thing is I have the ish is just an update on the Fossil Friends ET. I have not been able to work on it because I ordered the needles and they're not here yet. So when the needles arrive, I will work on that. So that's my ish. I ordered needles.
Yeah.
The thing that is so freaking close to done. I have like 20 stitches left to cast off on this sock. I am so close to being done the reps and rest sock. It's painful. I thought I was going to be done. And yet.
Here we are.
So it'll be done by the time we're done doing this. So for the last time, reps and rest socks by Nikki Knits out of Manos de Uruguay in Pastel Tiza. It's so close. I want to have little shorty socks in like an hour.
Which is good. It means next week there'll be new socks.
There will be new socks, or maybe I'll just pick up the Diana socks that aren't finished yet.
Or there'll be the old new socks.
The old new socks, you know?
Oh my goodness gracious, my nose.
Yep, so that's my my non-secret knitting. It's not exciting. I do apologize for the lack of interesting knitting.
Well, I mean,
But I guess I wove in
there's
the
no way
ends.
for you to start your fossil tea until those needles come in. And I mean, you would have been lucky if they came in on Friday because it's like 3 to 5 business days from Yarn Canada once it's shipped. And it can
Yeah, and
take them a day or two to fill.
we didn't do that order until what, like last Sunday?
Last Sunday in the evening, so like the earliest it would have gotten out was like Tuesday.
Yeah, so they'll come next week.
It'll be here next week. So on the bright side, it means you have yarn for your fall project. So
It does
bonus.
indeed. I'm excited. We're gonna have acquisitions.
We are. All right. I did not get as much knitting progress done on the shawl design. Pie made me do it as I wanted to. I did make a bit more progress, so I still have like 100 grams left to go, like 120 grams left to go. So I didn't get through a full 100 grams this week, which was my goal, right? So this asymmetrical behemoth of a shawl continues to grow.
I love
Go
that
through
gradient.
a rotation of
And the
pink.
sparkle.
Oh god, the
Gosh,
sparkle's
that's
so
so
good.
great.
So good. So this is using, I have an eyelash in my eyeball and it's bugging me.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Oh, hopefully that means it's out now. This is using shawl and a ball, which is an acrylic yarn that looks so freaking pretty in the ball. So freaking pretty. No, I don't want you. So freaking pretty in the ball. But it needed something to showcase off the pretty. So we have showcased off the pretty. It's nothing fancy, minimal purling. There's the occasional stockinette row. Otherwise, it is all garter all the way, baby. Because some people don't like purling. Sometimes I can't be bothered. And it's on a Diana cord. And from this week to last week, we are now quarter to quarter on a 60-inch cord.
So wait, so it's like 60 inches long? Or wide rather?
In depth, yeah, right now.
Wow, that's huge.
It's big, and I'm not done, which is
That's
great
so wide.
because it's going to be huge and big and drapey. And you know what I like to do? Like once I cast off the asymmetrical shawl, right? Like a whole pin a corner, and all of a sudden the middle appears.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So it's going to be big and drapey and super easy to style because it's not meant to do anything other than drape dramatically and look good. So should be easy enough to accomplish.
Do love a good drapey shawl.
I think it'll look really good with some super like classy like little black dresses or
Ooh, yes.
yeah. Yeah. So it's
Anything
got
white,
potential
anything
to be
black,
like very
anything neutral,
fancy.
really.
Yeah, it's got good potential to be something very, very fancy for fancy dress. And in my case, for with whatever I pair it with while I throw it on and run out the door. Could you please lie down and mellow out?
No, it is not the time for that.
I forgot to feed you.
How dare you? She's
That's the
starving.
problem. She is not starving to death. Before you people started on me, she's 20 pounds. Vet keeps yelling at me because she's overweight.
Well, she thinks she's starving.
Okay, talk amongst yourself. I'm being stared down. Yes, let's go get Kibble.
Susanna's saying, just knit, Diana, just knit, don't talk. Jocelyn can
Just
talk.
don't talk.
I'm casting off the last 2 stitches right now.
Diana, talk to the people in chat and entertain everybody. I'll be back. I really have to go.
Oh
feed
my
her.
god,
She's
entertain everybody in chat.
drive
That's
me nuts.
terrifying.
Could you not? Don't. That is not food. God, cat. Let's go get Kibble.
Sherry is working on my summer sorrel and Wraith's knitting tank top. I'm going to have to change the colors on this thing because for some reason I'm having so much trouble reading white text on a black background. Melanie, I'm buying yarn on Tuesday for another birthday sweater, and I'm thinking I'm going to get some Briggs and Little Sport for a half and half triangle wrap. Ooh, that sounds really nice. How many birthday sweaters are you making? Because it sounds like everybody's getting a birthday sweater, and I am envious of your time and forethought to make everybody birthday sweaters. That's goals for me. Asa, mine is not that drapey, but I could not have larger needles, but it is so cozy in alpaca. Oh my gosh, I bet. That's gonna be like the warmest freaking thing. Alexandra, I am one skein away from finishing a waffle stitch baby blanket. That sounds glorious. Crocheting a baby blanket in the heat of summer was a bad idea. I cannot wait to be done. Oh my gosh, yes. But waffle stitch baby blanket? That sounds amazing.
I love the waffle stitch. So cool. All right,
and also
face.
Expressing sympathy for your cat.
Straight into the food bowl. That wasn't empty, guys. She just won't eat if she can see the bottom of her food bowl.
Wow.
Whatever. She's eating. We're good.
She'll be quiet for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll run around like a crazy person because we'll be full of energy and then we need to play for a bit and then we'll climb up there and take a nap for like 6 hours.
I cast it off. I just have to break the yarn. That's it. And then I have a finished object.
You had two stitches. I had faith in you.
Okay, wait. Here we go.
There you go. Finished.
Here we go. Wait, no. Struggle.
Maybe.
Struggle. It's a struggle.
It's real.
Okay, there we go. Live on air. It's finished. It's off the needles. That is a pair of socks. Haha. Finished object on the podcast. It's done.
It's done. Do you feel better?
I do feel better.
Excellent.
I didn't think to grab sock blockers, so I'm just gonna...
That's fine.
Socks.
Sucks.
Sock, sock, sock. Look at that texture. I love that texture. That looks so good.
So good. Excellent. Woohoo! Suppose that means we gotta talk about craft off stuff, hey?
It is time for craft off stuff.
Time for craft off stuff? Okay. I don't open up the document that's sent to us by the marvelous moderator that tells us...
that means I'm in charge of this. I have so much of this yarn left over.
Not because I can't, but mostly because there's that Scraptacular sock collection link I posted in the Patreon.
Yes. Ooh. Hey, maybe this can be with my socks if I can find a plain
one. Yeah. You should buy that scrappy sock pattern collection.
Yes. I forgot. I have a finished object, so it must go on my head.
Okay.
So, while I look up the document.
The document?
The document. Not that document. This document. Okay. Should we talk about what was last month or before we announce next month?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's going to be an interesting word. Okay. Susanna, I see that you sent me a message on Patreon. I'm going to have to look at it later, love. I got a direct message. I have a direct message.
Ooh.
I shall...
Susanna finished the second Boo crochet doily.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
It's almost Halloween time. It's like right here.
Yes, exactly. October will be here in no time.
It really will be.
It's like it's time to start crafting for that.
It really is.
And like I've got to do my Christmas advent calendar crafting like now because I have to send mine overseas in like October.
Welcome to my world. So much stuff to do, so little time to do it. Please tell me you have your dinosaur purse in the office and you can show it off.
Oh my god, yes. It's right here behind me.
She got a dinosaur purse, you guys.
I got a dinosaur purse.
Look at that.
Look at this. It's a Stegosaurus. It's
adorable. You have to take the tags off of him and you have to use him.
I absolutely will. He's just been decoration in the background of all my video calls this week.
Do you know what he should be? He should be your new sock project bag.
Ooh, maybe.
So he can go on travels.
And hang on, that's going to be shiny in the plastic bag, but it came with stitch markers. Oh dear, hang on. This is going to be a slight struggle.
It's the same lady who made the male member stitch markers that I have. The Pride ones I have. That's right. I have rainbow.
Yes, I thought that was that one.
Yeah, but I can't for the life of me right now remember her name. I feel bad.
The stitch markers are from Sleepy Sheep Workshop.
Sleepy Sheep Workshop?
Dinosaurs! So these are 100%. Oh, come on, focus. These are 100% gonna get put on the Fossil Frenzy tee. They're all different, too.
Yes.
These are amazing. I love these so much. I literally squealed when I opened this package.
From the grin on your face when you posted the photo, because it was our Google Foo Master who sent those to you. I hope she likes them. I'm like, oh no, did you see that face? That is the face of she squealed loud enough. Chris went, what in the world?
I may have interrupted his meeting slightly. I was so excited I didn't realize he was on a call. I'm like, look what I got! Like, oh wait, back out sheepishly.
Hello, kitten. Are you full of food now? That's good.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I might carry this as an actual purse.
No, mommy doesn't want you up here. Mommy
so
wants
far,
you to go be elsewhere.
It's being video call decoration.
Which is super fair. That's a good way to start life. Mommy wants a rubber chicken bag. She does. Can you order one for her for Christmas, Phaedra? That'd be great. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay, these have been in my head long enough. They can come off now.
They can come off now.
They can go in the pile of things that need to get washed.
I'm gonna ask your grandfather to make me a tray that I'll sit across this to block you. Dad, I need a TV table tray that's exactly these dimensions. So when I podcast, I can block the cat from jumping in my lap. She got her nails trimmed, so if she tries and then tries to stick her claws in, there's no claws to stick into me, so it's just going to be a catastrophe on my hands.
Oh, thinking of dinosaurs and things that I got this week. So after going to the beach, we went to Stormcrow Manor in Toronto.
Yeah.
And they had one of those, like the machines that you put the coin in the slot and you just turn the little crank thing, a little toy comes out, or like a gumball or something. So there was one near our table and it said, dinos, dinos, dinos on the side. And I'm like, well, I need to get a dino. And then I got around to the front of the machine and it said, erotic dinosaur toys. So it was even better.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, so in the vein of dinosaurs, I got a little squishy ankylosaur.
Oh, cute.
I don't know what makes this an erotic dinosaur toy. Perhaps the card with the dinosaur fanfic, which I'm not going to read.
No, don't do that. We have a
this is the erotic part, and this is the dinosaur toy part.
Why did you have to be right here?
But I just thought that was way too funny. So.
I can't hold you and pet you. It's one or the other.
Wow, that was forceful. I saw the intent from here.
Why are you here? Yesterday, you slept for 8 hours in the closet, didn't know where you were. Today, nothing but in my face. Why? What changed? What changed?
All right. So I guess it's time for craft off stuff.
It is time for craft off stuff.
People are ordering the stitch markers.
Good, as they should. She's a wonderful, delightful maker. And she makes holographic male people parts for stitch markers.
I kind of want some of those, not gonna lie.
She's got some Halloween ones I need to get, because Halloween, right?
I saw Dragon Horde had some Jack Skellington sweater stitch markers. Those look amazing.
I can't justify American shipping. Ooh. I can barely justify Canadian
Rachel's
shipping.
asking for the purse link.
That was from
I have no idea where the dinosaur purse came from. It showed up in the mail for me.
Rachel asked
Sherry. So
send me a message and I will let you know who purchased that. Oh no, wait, you know who purchased that.
Yes. There was a return address on the
It means it wasn't marked as a gift. Ugh.
Anyway, so yeah, I have no idea where the dinosaur purse was actually purchased from, so somebody who does know. Oh wait, I
Ask
don't think
Sherry, Rachel. Sherry knows.
Yes. I don't believe people are allowed to post links in the chat, though.
I don't think so. I think YouTube's got a thing about that.
Yeah. I seem
This
to
was
recall...
why you had to get up in my face, so you could chew on my wet hair. I need the headphone.
Anyway.
Anybody want a child? It's right here. It's very cute. Doesn't eat chicken.
What kind of cat doesn't eat chicken?
Won't eat chicken, won't eat turkey, won't eat duck, won't eat...
But duck
if it
is
was
amazing.
once feathered, she will not eat it. But loves fish. Loves fish. Any combo of fish, anytime, anywhere. She likes beef. She likes bison. With an
All right.
This is awkward.
I love it. I'm terribly amused.
My face full of cat fur, which is just gonna make me sneeze.
Shall we talk about craft off things?
Let's talk about craft off things. So, how'd you do last month? What did you even have to do last month? Oh, you had the sweater last month. You had the Cobra sweater last month.
I had the Cobra sweater last month.
I had spinning.
Well, mine's disappointing, so shall I just go first and get that out of the way?
Sure.
So in the vein of, I literally do not know where the middle 2 weeks of June went.
They were there.
Apparently. So this is it. This is all I got. I got not quite halfway through the yoke chart.
That's still for you. That's a lot of progress in a month.
Man,
That's
I got an
good.
entire adult size sweater in a month, and I couldn't do a child size. Well, this is an adult extra small, technically, that I'm making. Anyway, I struggled so much with this.
I tried to watch Diana do a thing.
Like, I kept having to, like, go back and re-knit rounds and, like, undo rounds because I just screwed them up so bad that I couldn't even fix it on the following round, and the number of rounds where I've had to fix things on the following round. I just made so many mistakes that I had to go back and fix because they were so obvious I couldn't just leave them.
Oh, goodness. So, whatever you do, don't rip it out.
Yeah, no, it's not I'm not ripping it back. Any more than, like, the couple of rows that I've already done to fix it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is the Copperhead tee, not Cobra's, but I modified the chart, which you can actually see at least that much. I modified the chart to have more of a Cobra hood shape, and I added the little design on it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the modifications look good.
Yeah, so, like, yeah. So I think it looks like Cobra's, so it's gonna be a Cobra sweater. The tension management on the wiggly snake tails is heckin' hard. Because there's these long stretches of the blue and there's these long stretches of the beige. And, anyway, so there's nothing wrong with the pattern. My modifications are even fine. I just struggled so much with this for no particular reason. The yarn is gorgeous. This is Erin's yarn. The blue, I think, is Big Blue Buzz, and the natural looking one is just natural. They're on the Buttercup DK base, which is lovely. I absolutely love this base, and I want to knit a billion things with it.
I've already got a sweater quantity ordered for myself, so yeah, I can highly recommend.
Look at this variation in the blue. It's so pretty. Anyway,
it's just cat hair everywhere.
My niece has great taste in color selection, because I would not have picked a blue background with beige cobras, but that's what she wanted and that's what she's getting. You know, it looks great. So I kind of want to do one with I really like the green color on the Buttercup DK. Oh, I don't remember the colorway name at this instant.
Is that super dark?
The super dark green black? That's like almost black.
Black emerald?
Yeah, that one. I'm like, it's something
that I have like rock. 4 skeins of the fingering in.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to do the same sweater without the Cobra modifications. With like green and maybe beige, maybe something a little darker than beige, so I can have a semi-matchy sweater to my niece because I think that'd be really cute. But also, I just really like this pattern.
It should be like a dark emerald, but then you should go with like the lime green. So you just get like this beautiful green
Oh,
sweater
the
with this great
lime
pop.
green, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, let's
things,
see.
stuff. Again, it's an extra small adult. That's not actually that far off your sizing.
No, I'd only have to make like the medium or something.
Yeah.
I purposely am making this way too big for my niece because, you know,
They
kids grow like
grow.
weeds.
They grow. I did
They
that with
grow.
the flax sweater I made my niece, and I made it for her, what, 5 years ago? She's still able to wear it. It's just no longer a tunic dress. It's now just a sweater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm hoping for with this one. It's going to be, and she mercifully didn't want sleeves on it, which is great because the pattern doesn't have sleeves, so I don't have to figure out sleeves. She's like, no, it's got short sleeves. That's fine. So, thank you.
I still have
So
cat hair
this will get
everywhere.
finished eventually,
Hopefully, a
and then I'll make
ruffled
another one
feathers.
for me eventually.
Eventually.
Eventually. Anyway, this looks heckin' cool far away on camera. I've been looking up at this up close and just cursing at it all week. This is the most
You need to back it up every once in a while and take a look at it
you
from a
really do,
distance.
because I love this so much more than I did 12 hours ago. So
Turns
yeah,
out I'm not as mad at you as I thought I was.
no, I am that mad, but it looks so damn pretty, so it kind of makes up for it. Anyway, so this will get worked on in less of a frenzy.
That's
And the
okay.
chart
I didn't.
modifications are done, and I'm making no other modifications other than like trying to figure out how long this thing should be. The pattern has waist shaping, but I think probably
Don't do it.
I'm not going to do waist shaping. I'm absolutely not doing any waist shaping. Um, and I'm probably by the time I get to the bottom of this chart, um, I think I'll just do like a few rounds plain and then immediately start the bottom chart because like it's already going to be kind of long.
Just ask mom for the height of the length of one of the sweaters we wear now
Yeah.
and make it longer than that
Yep.
because they grow up
Yeah.
as much as they grow out.
Yeah. So this is definitely going to be like way too big on her because this is the extra small and this is about as big as it's going to be, and it's like, I mean, you can see how what size it is on me. So that's my craft off. That's where that's at.
I was traveling when we took the photos for the craft off for last month. I was at my mom's house, and you guys picked spinning. Some spinning for you.
Spinning, yes, nice, nice, nice.
Nice, nice, nice. Always
Can't
good.
remember
I did not
what
finish.
fiber you were
I,
doing.
in fact, started this morning.
Okay, I feel so much better.
Turns out I do not like spinning on a deadline. Okay, cool. I know that about myself. We're never putting spinning in the option list again because I apparently am not okay with it.
Hmm. Okay, well, good to know.
I have learned to think about myself. It's important, and then we're going from there. So that was okay. Because I've done spinning in the challenges me and Louise do every month. Same thing. I don't pick it up. I don't work on it. The moment I have a deadline for it, I'm like, nope,
Hmm.
hard pass. Normally, when I get a deadline for something, I work on it a little bit. Sometimes I get it done, sometimes I don't, but there's usually a significant amount of progress. Couldn't bring myself to do it till literally this morning. So, chatting on the CBC radio morning program and spinning is what I did this morning for 10 minutes. So I also did my Tour de Fleece spinning for the day too.
Hey.
But no, absolutely not a thing I could do as a deadline thing because I don't like doing it as a deadline. So lesson learned.
Huh.
Not going to do that to myself anymore. I am enjoying spinning from a bat, which is very different than from a braid. For one thing, the Diana factor kicks in for me, which means I eat fiber. Don't even know how that's a thing, but I do.
how
And I'm
many like
I'm very
millidianas
much.
of fiber do you eat?
How many degrees of Diana fiber do you fiber when you spin? Uh,
A lot. I eat a lot of fiber when I spin. I eat
I
a
do
little bit of
not
fiber when I knit.
normally eat any fiber when I spin. I ate a little bit of fiber, which bothered me. So it's a tweed bat of Polworth and Sari silk. I have two of them at 50 grams a piece, so 100 grams all told. And I am very much enjoying spinning it. I'm doing it on the drop spindle, so it is going to be art yarn. So it'll be a 2-ply art yarn when it's finished, or a single chain ply art yarn. So I want thick, thin spaces because that's what I like. And I'm working on being consistently inconsistent for the drop spindle, where versus like when I'm learning and practicing on my wheel, I'm working on being consistent on the wheel. So I'm using the two different motions of drafting to get different yarns so that I don't lose the art yarn, which I like a lot. Think like spin cycle yarns, they're art yarns. They've got thick, they've got thin, they've got it's consistently inconsistent versus consistently spun yarns. So I want to be able to do both. So it is slowing down the learning process. That's fine. I understood that when I started. So not a problem. Not a problem. I don't know if it even has a colorway name. It might.
Melanie's saying, yeah, I don't think that's what dietitians mean when they talk about adding fiber to your diet.
I'm super
I'm well aware
positive
of
they
that.
don't.
I'm super aware of that.
Super positive
And
that's
to the
not what
folks
they
saying
mean.
ladder back to card, yes, that is what I have been doing. And it's still just, it's such a struggle.
It's a thing for you.
I don't know why
So
it's such a struggle. It just has been.
it was a success the first time and a failure for me for a second time. So I'm sitting 1-1. 1-1.
I've had an almost and a nowhere near.
This is not horseshoes or hand grenades. It's either done or it's not, dear.
2 fails. That's okay. Well, I
Big
didn't really pick
projects.
smaller things. I picked a small thing and a not so small thing for craft off this month, but yeah.
And the look of disbelief I'm giving her is because, well, I guess you guys vote. You vote on Instagram, in the YouTube community, the Facebook group page, on what we work on. We choose what you vote on.
Honestly, the thing of mine that didn't get voted on, I'm probably going to work on anyway. It just won't be
Yeah,
secret.
it just won't be secret. Yeah. So it's like we've done this to ourselves fully.
I guess I need to pull up the document of what we're doing.
Ah, this month, for my first option, I suggested my stripy socks to get a pair of socks done in a month, which for me is quite a challenge, mostly because I'm really bad at finishing a pair of socks in a month. Or you could pick for me to turn this lovely fabric, of which I have a metric boatload because I am very, very tall, into a new summer dress. I also bought it on sale. So, like, the store was going out of business on sale. So, I literally just bought what was left on the rolls. So, like, I have a lot of this fabric.
It's going to make an amazing dress.
And I don't know who won, though. When I took a peek at Instagram yesterday, it looked like the dress was clearly in the lead.
Yes. Across all 3 platforms, you are absolutely making the dress.
I'm making a dress.
100% making
a dress.
the dress.
Okay. I think I know which pattern I'm going to use for this one, though I'm not
I'm
100%
actually
sure
going
on
to
it
pull up
yet.
the calculator so I can get the percentage on this because it's like,
Oh,
it's a lot.
jeez. It's a lot. I have a butterick pattern that is a V-necked. You can make a t-shirt or like a tunic length or a maxi summer dress version with an empire waistline and a V-neck and sleeves, like elbow length sleeves. And this is a full-on stretch jersey. This is going to be a to knit or to sew. And I'm gonna have to make casings for my edging details because but
Who
you know what I
chose it?
love? I chose it because I love the fabric when it's done. I just hate the sewing part for
That's
this.
totally fair. That's gonna make an amazing dress, though.
It's gonna be so
That's
good.
gonna make that dress is gonna go really well with your giant shawl that you're making.
Yes, it is. This will also go amazing with the colors of that a sweater quantity of yarn for the fall.
Ooh, yes, it
So
is.
I'm thinking
It's
maxi with elbow length sleeves because then I can wear it fully into the fall.
Nice, nice.
which will be
It
good.
was
Also, I literally
82% in favor of the dress.
82%. I am
82% in
very much
favor of the
making a
dress.
dress.
You're making a dress.
I also have like 15 yards of it.
Oh my gosh.
So I can make a maxi dress at my height for it. And casing, because I'm going to need to make a casing for the neckline detail. Because I mean, I don't have a bias tape in this color, and the bias tape would look weird. So I'm going to have to make my own essentially bias tape to finish off the edges
Yeah.
on the neckline and on the sleeves. So
I say that like I know what I'm talking about. I've just watched a lot of historical sewing YouTube. I haven't actually done any of it. I've just watched a lot.
well, I need to make a bodice and a waistband piece, and I have to sew it to a skirt, and then the skirt's going to be really long, and jersey knit stretches like a mofo, so it has to be zigzag, and I'm actually going to enjoy ironing more than I'm going to enjoy sewing this project. Because anybody who sews tells you it's 90% ironing and measuring and cutting and 10% sewing.
It really is.
And if you don't iron, it's why it looks homemade.
Ironing does make a huge difference.
You have to iron every seam once it's sewn.
Oh, I know.
Massive difference. So when I sew, my ironing board just lives set up because you sew a seam, iron a seam, sew a seam, iron a seam. That's how that works. That's how you do it. So I'm gonna gripe and complain, but I'm gonna love it when it's done. It's like ribbing. Like I love it when it's finished, but I hate the process of getting there. It doesn't stop me from doing the process to get there. It just means I complain about it the whole time. Speaking of, the wonderful Erin from Fireweed Fabrico was over on Thursday. We went to the farmer's market.
Mm.
I bought some jam called monkey butter. So good. She thankfully, gratefully, so kindly pulled out and picked up the stitches for my Ursina for me and the wood woes so I could get those finished.
Nice.
So that was super kind of her. So good. And then she's like, okay, well, now I need to make the Ursina. I'm like, yeah, that happens with that sweater.
It's a good sweater. Highly recommend.
It's a lovely sweater. So that's still fiber in my face. Oh my word. So I'm for sure making a dress. For sure making a dress. Okay, cool. That's a thing.
All right. So my options were a lace shawl that is now my oldest whip.
Yeah.
From 2014. Which was a mystery knit along that I obviously did not finish on time.
The oldest whip I've got is the 8-bit sweater.
That's not that old.
It's not that old. Yeah. It's only 2 years.
I have one from 2014. And the other option was the Zelda socks, which I started earlier this year, and they were another mystery knit along that I also absolutely did not finish on time because that's long done. So it was mystery knit alongs that I haven't finished on time, that I've only done a little bit of. And it was really, really close. But with
there was no 80% one way, was it?
No, with 55% of the vote, so like just sneaking in there. 55, yeah. I'm doing the Zelda socks.
Yes, I voted socks.
So
did you even
this is
vote?
What I've got so far. I have the chart of keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's going to be hearts and keys, and then now that I know the rest of the pattern, the background is mostly hearts and keys with a couple of other things, and then one of them has Link's sword and the other one has Link's shield. I assume that's what those are. I haven't actually played any of the Zelda games all the way through. I've only played like a little bit of Ocarina of Time.
I don't know, man.
I know, right?
I feel like your video gaming is just sort of a allegory for your knitting.
Okay. I didn't have video games unless I bought them myself as a child, so I didn't have very many.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I'm making Zelda socks.
Oh, I'm so excited. You need more socks. For
So
you.
I'm secretly knitting on Zelda socks, but I might still pick up the Stormborn shawl. from when Game
Well,
of
yeah, but you
Thrones
can
was a
make
good
that
show. Do you remember that?
when it was. I don't know. I stopped watching it well before it was finished. So you know me and
Good.
TV shows.
The last two seasons were so sad.
Yeah, I probably will never go back to it.
Anyway, I might work on this anyway, just because it's pretty and it's summer, and I feel like working on a lace shawl.
That's fair.
We'll see.
Don't you have a lace shawl out of the Diana yarn you're trying to finish? Okay, not mentioning it. Got it. Check.
Wait,
Understood.
I'm running through in my brain the wait. Oh, is that your shawl?
Was
The
that
King's
what you're
Flame?
making out of the Diana yarn?
Yeah,
It's
the
the
Diana
Diana yarn.
colorway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the King's Flame.
Okay, that's been out for a while too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, so
Oh
that's
no, it was the maple leaf shawl.
the maple leaf shawl. Was that? What was that color?
You absolutely are making a maple leaf shawl. I just don't remember what color you
I
chose
don't
for it.
remember what the colorway on that. That was the. Oh no, that was the supernatural reference.
Oh, Dean.
Yes.
Dean. It's the Dean
Yeah.
yarn. That's what I'm thinking. Should finish a
Yeah.
maple leaf shawl.
You know, I thought really hard about making that one of the options, but no.
I would have voted for Dean.
You get one really old lace shawl and one much less old colorwork sock.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Especially since they're doing more than one sock as a mystery knit along this year for it, so there's going to be more geeky socks. Yeah. All right. In which case, then yeah, this is definitely making a summer dress. Okay.
Yeah, 100% summer dress. Well, 80% summer dress.
80% summer dress. So alrighty, that's the thing that's happening. Cool. On the bright side, that means now we can put those away and not show or talk about it for the next month.
Yeah. I'm really excited to put this away and not work on it for a couple of days because, my god, this has been the panic crafting of the week. I've been cursing at it. I'm so excited to not work on it for a few days.
It needs a timeout.
Ugh. It does need a timeout. It needs to think about how difficult it's been.
not.
Yeah.
Think about what it's not.
Okay, happy. I feel better.
You feel better?
Does this mean it's time for the unscripted Patreon ad?
It does.
Okay, let's have an unscripted Patreon ad.
Ready for your word?
What's the word of the day?
I don't think I've given you the word tornado.
No. A tornado. Okay. Well, if you would like to financially support these shenanigans for reasons, you may do so at patreon.com/northernknitspodcast. Any level of support gets you access to our patron-only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and the night with a tornado of messages some mornings. Because we span, like, at least 12 time zones, so sometimes if I go to bed really late, folks in Europe are waking up already and starting their days. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have a lot of messages to read in the morning. What else? We have early access to bonus content, and we have weekly Experimental Tuesday blog posts where we usually cook something experimental. Sometimes it's a drink, sometimes it's a weird crafty project, but usually it's food. And then we write a blog post about it. I've been making overcooked grains recently. That's been my experiments.
Okay.
I suppose my next post is going to be the second overcooked grains. I did gruel last time.
Oh.
My next one's going to be congee. So it's overcooked grains.
It is overcooked grains.
I'm on a kick of overcooked grains.
Okay.
It's what I felt like making.
How these things get decided.
We also have quarterly movie morning, afternoon, evenings, depending on your time zone.
That's a very good way of describing that.
We do a watch party of some kind of cheesy movie from the 90s, to improve my education of 90s pop culture, because despite growing up in the 90s, my knowledge of pop culture is somehow like zero.
It's weak. It's very weak.
Very weak. I lived under a pop culture rock until like 2002.
Yeah, that's weak. We need to work on that. And
Yeah.
we are.
So the next one of those is going to be on August the 27th. That's
Yep.
still a ways away. 27th? No, 23rd.
I don't know.
23rd.
I wrote it down.
I did. It's the 23rd. Noon Manitoba time. Okay. That's all of the everybody stuff. At $5 and up, we do monthly e-knit-ins. The next one of those, I need to look at calendar, is going to be on the 23rd.
Is that the last? That's the second
July.
last. Yeah. What's the dates on the last weekend in July?
The last weekend in July is the 30th. That's the Saturday. And the second last is the 23rd. Oh, I was right. The August movie is on the 27th. That's why I'm getting confused. The e-knit-in is on the 23rd of July. But the movie is on the 27th of August.
My brain just went, when's Icon?
My apologies. That's what we get for not having show notes.
I have access to your notes.
Oh, I'm getting applause in the channel for Tornado.
You did it very smooth. That's smooth. And I'm gonna
What else am I saying? We have also now.
Ooh, we need to change those dates.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
Oh.
Gonna be an icon. I'm not free to host.
Ah, okay. That's for the movie?
That's for the e-knit-in.
Oh, that's for the e-knit. Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
Do we need to...
Either
we'll
bump
talk.
it forward
Okay,
or bump
so
it back. We'll talk in Discord. We'll see what works best for the largest number of people.
We'll figure it out. Okay, it's not on the 23rd. We'll figure it out.
We'll have to figure that out because, whoops, I forgot about that.
TBD.
Should be TBD.
TBD.
Cat fur's making my nose itchy. There's also another thing that Diana and I get to schedule here when we're down the live to start talking about is that it's time for the half-year check-in for the bingo cards.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to happen at some point this month as well, too.
Yep, that'll happen sometime.
I'm
off this week. Maybe we should do that sometime this week.
Sure, that works for me. Plus, there might be some additional random farm gaming because Diana's off this week.
Oh, there definitely will be.
So that can happen. So.
Oh, there's also the other bonusy things. There's vlogs for
10 and up.
10 and up. We're doing vlogs. My second one is late again.
Still haven't posted the first one.
Okay. I'm recording. We're not so good at the posting. We'll get better.
It'll probably end up being 3 in a row for me.
And then at the is it $20 we do the after hours gaming?
At 20 we do the after hours gaming, yeah.
20 hours we do after hours gaming where we probably play something violent and swear a bunch.
It's not PG rated. That's why that's going to be for.
I guess we should do one of those soon. Hey, do our first one of those.
We can, yeah. First, yeah. We should for the month. We did go Steam sale shopping together so that we would have co-op games that we could swear at each other over.
So it'll be a good time.
It'll be a good time. Super not kid appropriate.
I think that's all the Patreon stuff.
It is.
Haha, I remembered.
As always, we super understand that budgets are a real life thing. If you cannot financially support us, liking, subscribing, and commenting and interacting with us on social media is a great way to help us and to interact with us so we can see what you're working on or what you're doing and, talk about good things like books and knitting projects and yarn and food and really anything. We're happy. We're happy to chat with you guys. And I do mean we, because if you have a thing for Diana, I will go track her down.
Yep.
The statements usually start with Diana, love of my life.
To which I respond, oh no, what did I forget?
Go do a thing. So, totally happens. All right. As far as lives go, we don't have, obviously, at the start of the month, we don't have like a laundry list of them. I do have a live with Louise check-in this coming Thursday. That'll be on her channel, Wildflower Wool. That'll be at 6:30 Manitoba time, so 7:30 Ontario time. And we will see whether or not I got my Steam cleared up. The Stone Warrior sweater that I decided I was going to work on for my secret knitting for that. So that's a thing. That's the thing. Because we are live this Sunday, odds are really good. I'm just going to say it. We'll probably be farming on Stardew Valley this coming Wednesday because that's what we tend to do when we have a live on Sunday.
Probably.
It's a habit we've sort of fallen into. So that is definitely going on. And then after that, we don't really have a lot of additional stuff planned this month. We are in the middle of the summer solstice cal. The rules for that can be found on the webpage, which is www.northernknitspodcast.com. Diana kindly writes all the rules up there for you, so I don't have to say them every week, which I appreciate. And we did finally pull names for the spring equinox cal, so we can announce some winners. And before we announce winners, peeps, loves of my life, if you do not email the podcast, you will not get a prize. I am not chasing you down. I'm not taking it in another form. Stuff gets lost. I need you to email me. Get excited all over social media and talk about it. Absolutely. Go to town. I will comment. I will like. But if you do not email me, you do not get a prize, and I am not your mom. I will not hunt you down. That's how it works. They're going to be e-pattern prizes. So you need to email northernknitspodcast@gmail.com. And that's just so that I can track what's happening. And I have over 5 years gotten very cranky about this.
Yes, please email northernknitspodcast@gmail.com.
Done. I'm over it. I have to chase my own monsters around and keep track of my own life. I need you guys to email me as directed, please, and thank you. I love you. I can't. It's too separate. It's too all over the place, and I forget what I have and haven't done. It needs to be via email. Now we can announce winners. We've got 2 winners getting e-patterns.
Okay.
Diana has that info.
So, from Facebook, Sabrina Shelton with a mushroom basket.
Yeah, it was super cute.
I'm gonna have to go find it. I missed the mushroom basket.
I don't know about your social media lurking skills.
I'm so glad we have mods because I absolutely missed the mushroom basket. So yeah, Sabrina Shelton, give us an email, northernknitspodcast@gmail.com. We'll send you a pattern.
Mushrooms.
By we, I mean Jocelyn.
Yeah, that'll be all me. But I need it to be on email. I can't. I have too much going on. I can't. It has to be the one format, please. I beg of you.
And then our second winner off of Instagram is Mandy Vic Anderson. Hang on, I didn't make this column big enough. I can't see the rest. Anderson, yes, Anderson. Mandy Vic Anderson. Specifically for the seat cover, but like, oh my gosh, you made so many things.
So good. So good.
So yeah, Mandy Vic Anderson.
I need to
send us an email.
Finish going through all of the hashtags for the spring equinox and commenting on everything. I fell behind on that. That's a me job, which is perfect. So done and done. And now we can enjoy our summer knit along until it's time for the fall equinox one to start.
Hopefully my needles show up this week so I can actually start working on that.
It'll be good because you're going to have the whole keister. Though, suppose that means you can just really work hard on your Zelda socks.
It
quietly
does
till
mean
the needles
I
show
can work
up.
really hard on my Zelda socks.
So there are some
I'm so caffeinated right now. I'm just like, yeah, let's go. I can knit color work and go for a run at the same time. That's how I'm feeling right now.
On a treadmill, sure. I'm not sure I'd recommend it in person.
Yeah, that might be a little bit tricky, yeah.
But on a treadmill, absolutely.
I've been really thinking about getting a desk treadmill, honestly.
I've been contemplating if I could find one that is accessible, so like doesn't have 50 million freaking buttons and an LED screen. I want an 80s treadmill. I want the treadmill where you fold it down and you get on and you walk.
And there's an on button and an off button and a speed up and down button.
That's it. I want a
maybe
retro
like some presets.
Treadmill that I'll never use. I want an on button, an off button, a speed up, speed down, and that's be so good. And I of course would commission my carpenter, that being my father, to make a chair that would go across the width of that I could put over top of the treadmill and have the standing desk set up so I could sit when I wanted to, and then I could also walk
Ah,
and be on the
smart,
computer at
smart.
the same time, so that I could change depending on what was going on for the day.
See, I just have an up and downy desk, and then I'm like, I don't quite know where I'd put the treadmill when I wasn't using it, because it would be in the same place that I'm sitting right now.
I just my footprint for this apartment's really small, so it's always a space saving thing. But I had a chair that sat over the treadmill because it obviously like I'm sitting where the treadmill thing would be, and the standing desk is in the up motion. I could just put the chair down and then move the chair out of the way. So like this would be the home for the chair, and then when I wanted to walk, I would just tuck the chair in behind me. So dreams, things I'd like to do
Dreams.
at some point. No definable time zone for it. I have to do glasses first. I got a text reminder from my eye doctor going, "You were due for a jeepers.
Oh no.
You're not wrong. I need to go get my prescription updated. You're not wrong. I am
I
overdue
should
for
probably
that
go check
again."
that. It's probably changed by now.
Yes. Yes, it probably has. All right, we've got books left.
We've got books. I finished books.
Ooh, how's chat doing?
Um, much congratulations to our knit along winners.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Sorry, there's messages on my phone that I need to look at later. No, that's not the button that I meant to press. I wanted to open the Goodreads so I remembered what books I finished this week. I
Well,
did a lot of reading this week.
I have 3 finishes and a book I'm working through.
Do you want to go first?
Sure. I was well on my way to finishing the 5th season, which is the first of the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. So unshockingly, I finished it.
Hmm.
I finished
Good,
my
good.
reread of The Three Musketeers with 25 minutes to spare before book club that happened this past Wednesday. Yes. So that is also another finish. Then I started in on the Obelisk Gate, which is the second book in the N.K. Jemisin series of Broken Earth because I had it on hold, so it popped up. It was beautiful.
Nice, nice.
And book 3 wasn't on hold for anywhere, so I just snagged that up real quick because it's a trilogy. Might as well finish it. And we all know me, if I walk away, I'll never go back. I will never go back. So I finished the Obelisk Gate, and I am now working my way through the Stone Sky, which is book 3 of the trilogy from N.K. Jemisin of Broken Earth.
Does it continue to be amazing?
It's a solid 3.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a 5 star. It's not a if you read the science fiction fantasy, you should read it. Like I've read other N.K. Jemisin books and I like them a lot better. It's a solid series, but doesn't catch me as much. So it's been a solid 3 on Goodreads.
Fair. That's fair.
I like the characters. I like the plot points, but I'm not like
Not like everybody needs to read this.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's not the level I'm at for it. So I've enjoyed it. That's 400 plus page books, less than 3 weeks. So that puts it in the 3 category.
All right. So I finished Station 11, finally.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have that much left last week.
How do you feel about that ending?
I liked it. I rated Station 11 a solid 4.
Yep.
It hurts, but is ultimately hopeful.
Yes.
When I was in Toronto on Friday, I in fact walked some of the route that the first point of view character does in the first chapter. I
Yeah.
walked some of that route, and I'm like, oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. So that's Station 11 is going to be one of those books that like sticks with me for a while.
It's an incredibly well written book. But yeah, it tugs on the heartstrings.
It really does, but ultimately hopeful.
Ultimately hopeful.
And then I absolutely devoured Shadow and Bone. I think I'd read like 3 chapters
Yeah.
last week. Yeah, so I just like finished that in like 3 days.
I didn't doubt it. Shadow and Bone is one of those books you just devour. And
Yeah.
you're like, and I'm out of book. How did that happen?
Yeah, so I've got the next 2 on hold at the library, and that's going to be several weeks, so that's annoying. But now I want to go back and watch the Netflix series, because I did watch the Netflix show when it came out, and it was all right. But now I want to go back and watch it now that I've read the book and I have my own idea of like how things should be done.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, might rewatch that at some point. Okay, so that's my finishes. If I open my Libby app, I picked up the book The First 20 Hours. It was recommended to me by somebody at work.
Okay.
And it's just about how to learn anything fast. So, like, 10,000 hours is, like, expert level.
Yeah.
But 20 hours is, like, competently good enough.
It's called The First 20 Hours?
Yes, The First 20 Hours.
Ooh, I might take a look at that. That could be a good read. That wasn't
I'm
English. That could be a good book to read. That's better English. My English was missing some words.
I'm on, like, chapter 3, and it's doing that self-help book thing where it's, like, a lot of words that are not the meat of the point of it.
That's normal.
But, you know, there's some good stuff in it.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that'll inspire me to pick up the violin that's been gathering dust in the corner. I have a week off. I have no excuses. I have time.
A week off is a great way for you to structure what you want your work week to look like.
It is, yeah. I do intend to do that.
So, I mean, it means not sleeping in, which always a bit of a bummer. But it gives you a great way to stack your habits and start that first 7 days of new habit stacks. But you have that chunk of time where you will be working that you're free to enjoy your vacation for. Sounds like a working holiday, which doesn't actually sound that appealing out loud.
I'm going to let myself find my natural circadian rhythm and just, like, figure out where that is right now. Because I think it's, like, going to bed at 2 and waking up at 10.
Yeah.
Which doesn't quite work for a 9-to-5 workday, which is really annoying because it, like, only just doesn't work.
It means it's not that big of a deal to do midnight to 8.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, and then other book, A Little Hatred, which was supposed to be May's book club book, but book club still hasn't happened and we're into July. So I think book club's dead and I'm sad about it, but I'm still reading A Little Hatred. Actually, I'm listening to A Little Hatred. The narrator is good. Like, everybody gets an accent.
Ooh, lovely.
A+ narrator.
Lovely. My book club took a summer hiatus, but that's because a lot of us are traveling and stuff during the summer. One of our members is literally going to Europe the last week of this month to visit one sister, and then he's literally going to be in America the last week of the following month to visit his other sister. So we're just taking the next 2 months off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we'll meet up again. Everybody
wants to go see everybody because
in September. Well, it seems to be an urge everyone's got going on right now, so that is okay.
I haven't seen people in a while. It's nice to see people again.
I've discovered that it doesn't matter. Pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, mid-pandemic, there will always be an excuse as to why someone's too busy. The I'm busy is the adult excuse for I just didn't do it.
Also that, yes.
And I make the excuse all the time. So I'm speaking from personal experience.
I must be really caffeinated. I've got a muscle twitch going. It's great.
So what you're saying is you're going to go take that run and work on your Zelda sock?
Yes. That is all the books I've read. I'm reading. I can feel it. Let's go.
On the bright side, we're done the podcast, so that's totally a thing you can go do.
Let's do it. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to do some laundry.
You're going to speed laundry? I feel like you need to video yourself doing laundry and then just speed it up to what you feel like you're moving pace-wise, and that should be an Instagram short. No?
Life hack.
Life hack.
Pre-workout supplement before you clean the house.
Yeah. what actually happens / what my brain thinks is happening.
Zoom!
Oh, you guys. This was fun. I like doing the lives.
Lives are fun.
And I am closer to having text to speech being read out in my ears. It's a thing that you can do on YouTube's. I've watched some videos. I simply have not followed the instructions that the tutorials tell me to do. We're one step closer to me just hearing the comments in my ears.
That would be super useful.
It would be super handy because then for me, it's going to be better. Then you can focus on your stuff and you're not trying to do that and chat and watch chat and what, like everything.
It's a bit multitasky. It's tricky.
Bit much. It's a bit much. So if I could take one of those off your plate, so it's not quite so stressful for you, I'd love to.
All right, I have to pee so bad. So let's wrap this up.
Guys, I'm gonna say bye to chat. I'm gonna say until next week. I'm Jocelyn,
And I'm Diana.
and no matter where your week takes you, don't forget
to knit. Okay.
Do an outro.
Oh, I was so unprepared. I was so scared. Oh God. Hang on. I'm wildly unprepared for this. Whoa. Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.